What's up guys, Two Piece Man here and welcome to another Premier League prediction, and this is week 9. Sorry I missed the last two. I've just been busy with college, work, finances, everything's just been over the place. So has Arun. But it's just good to be back. I finally found the freaking time to actually make this freaking prediction, and this is week 9. And the Premier League last week was just insane. That's all I'm going to say. It was just mad last week. But let's get into the predictions right now. So first game, of course, at 12:30, the best team in the world, Chelsea, versus Manchester United. Now, look at Chelsea right now. We're doing freaking bits, right? If you didn't watch our last game, we smacked Southampton 3-0. First goal came from Eden Hazard. Second goal, a beautiful assist from Giroud. And then Ross Barkley to score that second goal. And then third goal came from Morata. Morata's actually scored 2 goals in 2 games. So I can officially say that he's actually on form. Alright, so don't even test me in the comments there. But that's how it's been so far. Manchester United, it's been absolutely dead. Yeah, you can say, okay, they beat Newcastle 3-2. But let's be honest, they shouldn't be 2-0 down in the flipping in the first place against Newcastle United. Their attack going forward is terrible. Defensively, they're actually really, really good. But it's just the fact that you're 2-0 down against a championship team at your own home ground. That's actually disgraceful. So pretty much my prediction for this Chelsea versus Manchester United game, that I'm gonna be ballsy here, because I believe that this is what will happen. And I know you guys will think, oh, Man United aren't that bad, blah blah, but I couldn't give a crap. I'm gonna say Chelsea 4, Manchester United 0. Yes, Chelsea 4, Manchester United 0. I'm gonna say hat-trick from Hazard and a goal from Morata. That's basically what I think it's going to be. I know Jose Mourinho is going to try and hack Hazard down and mark him up like a man. Probably going to bring on Ander Herrera or something like that to mark Hazard to death. But I still think we can get the win, because I remember last time they came to the Bridge and we beat them 4-0. So that's what I think is going to happen. Jose Mourinho will obviously have a game plan right now, but I think the atmosphere at Manchester United has just changed, and the players aren't really flowing with each other. They don't really like Mourinho's style of play. Pogba, especially, that one of the main players there, I don't think he's very, very happy at Manchester United, and maybe wants to leave to go back to Juventus or even Real Madrid or one of those teams. But it's just how it is. So another game at 3 o'clock, West Ham versus freaking Tottenham. West Ham versus Tottenham. Now, West Ham actually lost a game against Brighton. Can you believe? West Ham lost a game against Brighton. So I think that's kind of decreased a little bit of confidence in them. I think the main threat going forward for West Ham is pretty much Arnautovic. That's all I'm going to say for them. Who else? Arnautovic. Antonio's alright. I think Felipe Anderson and Jack Wilshere in that midfield is actually alright, to be fair. Because when we played West Ham, they drew against us 0-0. And their midfield was alright. Their defence was on point, I'm not even going to lie. Morata did have a chance though to actually score it, but the goalkeeper somehow saved it with his face, if you guys remember that game. So West Ham did lose that. And then the worst team of all time, Tottenham. Of course, Tottenham. Where is it? I think they... Where happened to Tottenham? Oh yeah, they beat Cardiff 1-0. Tottenham beating Cardiff 1-0. Now, that's not really convincing, because you're at your home ground and you would expect to beat Cardiff more than 1-0. I know how unpredictable this Premier League season is. It's not like 10 years ago where your team would beat another team 5-0 or 6-0. It's not like that anymore. It's the most unpredictable thing going, because Manchester United could have lost 2-0 against Newcastle at their own home ground, and if that happened, Mourinho would have been sacked. But back with the Tottenham game, them beating Cardiff City 1-0, I don't think that's enough really. And it was a pretty fluky goal, I'm going to be honest with you. I expected them to score more. But in this game right now, West Ham, I don't see them beating Tottenham. I'm going to be real with you. Their own home ground, they're at the London Stadium against Tottenham. Tottenham will play away. I still think Tottenham will win. They have the qualities to do it, man. They've got Dele Alli, they've got Harry Kane and all them lot. So I still see Tottenham winning that game. So my prediction for that, I think it's going to be West Ham 1, Tottenham 3. I just don't see West Ham really getting any edgeways in that game, to be honest with you. I just don't see it. I just see Tottenham it's either going to be a Harry Kane hat-trick, or it's either going to be 2 goals from Dele Alli. No, a goal from Dele Alli, a goal from Hugo Son, and a goal from Harry Kane. That's how I'm seeing it. So 3-1 Tottenham. Next game, Newcastle versus Brighton. Well, Newcastle, A first half performance against Manchester United, like I already said, was absolutely amazing, but their defence was that shite, and they just capitulated to losing that 3-2. But you have to admit, Newcastle are in a championship side. Look at the freaking team that they have, right? It's just not good enough. And Mike Ashley, the owner of freaking Sports Direct, is not investing enough money into the club for them to buy more players, to buy more quality players that Rafa can actually use. Rafa's basically playing with scraps and he's just using them. He's just being resourceful, and that's all you can do with Newcastle at the moment in time. With Brighton, them beating West Ham, that does wonders for their freaking confidence. That guy and Andy Murray or something like that. That guy's he's like in his 30s, but he can score that goal. He's that fox in the box, right? He is that fox in the box, and I know he can just score those goals when you actually need them. So he's going to be vital for Brighton's attack. That's all I'm going to say. And for Newcastle, at home they've just been terrible. I reckon Brighton will get an away win for this one. That's what I'm going to say. And it's going to be that man again, Andy Murray. He's going to score that flipping goal for freaking Brighton. So basically, what I'm going to say is Newcastle 0, Brighton 1. It's just as simple as that. I just don't see Newcastle really getting much in that game. Yes, you would expect them to go into it and win it and just be but practically it's just two championship teams playing them, and Newcastle have just been worse off. So I just think Brighton 1, Newcastle 0. Next game, Bournemouth versus Southampton. Now, this is why I said Bournemouth will probably win this game. Last game against Watford, right? Bear in mind, you have to admit, Watford have been on form this season. I swear that like their first 3 games of the season they won. First 3 games of the season they actually won. Bournemouth demolished them, absolutely demolished them, 4-0. 4-0. That does wonders for their freaking confidence and the whole atmosphere in the freaking team. That's what that does, right? 4-0. Watford were absolutely appalling in that game. Absolutely appalling. Right. Bournemouth having that much confidence going into the game against Southampton, they should easily just wipe them off. Easily. That's all I'm going to say. Southampton haven't been on a good streak. Obviously, what we did to them was we just freaking annihilated them, to be fair. 3-0 at their own home ground. For Southampton to even get a point against Bournemouth away, that would be something. I'm not saying that bad. I'm saying they can win the game. I'd say they have the quality to do it, but at this moment in time, I just don't think they can do it right now. I think that 3-0 loss has just deflated them at the moment. Pretty much messed up their form and stuff like that. Bournemouth's form has also been alright. So pretty much what I'm going to say for this is Bournemouth 2, Southampton 1. It's just as simple as that. I just think Callum Wilson for Bournemouth will just score the 2 goals for them, and for Southampton, I just don't see it happening. They got Shane Long, Bertrand, and all those other good players, but I just don't think they'll be able to perform at their best against Bournemouth. Bournemouth like to press teams, so I don't know how Southampton will do with the press. They couldn't really deal with our press. Obviously, our press is different to their press, but it's just the way it is. Now, this game, Huddersfield versus Liverpool. When is that? 5:30 on Sunday. Now, this game, Liverpool will win it. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, right? I don't know if you have actually noticed Liverpool, right? Winning all their games in the Premier League over and over again. Champions League, being PSG. All right, Liverpool looking good. Then, they versus us, right? Versus us. Carabao Cup, we beat them 2-1. Remember this, we beat them 2-1 in the Carabao Cup, right? Then we faced them again in the Premier League, right? We drew them. Now, Liverpool fans were getting happy about, we got the point, mate. We scored at the end. Yes, we're above you. This is what you never took into consideration, though. Take this into consideration. We beat you at your own home ground, right? We beat you at your own home ground, and you drew 1-1 against us at Stamford Bridge. So you had to score goals just to even draw. You shouldn't even be having to draw. You should be going for the win. And Salah did not turn up for that. Salah had the chances, but he did not turn up. And people were saying Salah's this, Salah's that. See, that one season you had all the momentum and stuff like that. But this season, it's just not happening for him right now. Well, it's just the start of the season, to be fair. So I think it's too early to call. I do think he will score more goals. He may get to 30 or 40 goals this season. He may. It's just one of those things that strikers go through. They go through those periods, right? You just go through those periods when things aren't working for you. It's just, I think it's a challenge to just get through that period. And once he gets that goal, it's going to be racking up, and the luck will just come to him and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, Liverpool haven't been on amazing form. Drawing against Man City 0-0. Obviously, it was a tough game, but I still feel as though they could have carved a result out of that. I know it's Man City; they're a tough team. We faced them in the Community Shield, and we didn't do that well for them. But they could have lost that game. They could have lost that game if Mahrez had not skied that freaking penalty like Courtois did against freaking Arsenal in the Community Shield. All right, I crap you not. Seriously. But Liverpool, their team is just really, really good. I just don't think they'll lose that game against Huddersfield. Huddersfield recently, what was it? Their last game. The last game they drew 1-1. I think that's the closest they're going to get. Haven't really been doing it this season. I think the bottom 3 teams this season: Newcastle, Cardiff, and Huddersfield. Those will be the 3 teams at the bottom of the league. Those teams will get relegated this season, I guarantee you. Huddersfield, for them to get a point against Burnley, I rate that, because Sean Dyche's team is actually alright. They're not actually crap. But Huddersfield, the run that they've been on right now, and I know Liverpool are playing away, but I still think Liverpool will just demolish them, to be fair. This isn't really a question, it's just going to happen. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm going to say Liverpool 3, Huddersfield 0. Now, this is who's going to score the goals, right? I'm going to say Keita is going to score first. Sadio Mane will score. Then third goal, I think Mohamed Salah will get that third goal in the end. I know it's going to be a long time. He might even take off Salah at the 60th or 70th minute for Shaqiri or something like that. I'm not really sure. But all I'm going to say is Liverpool will win that game 3-0. That's 3-0 Liverpool. Now, another game. Man City versus Burnley. Now, Man City, like I just said before, drew that game. They actually could have won that game if Mahrez didn't take the penalty, right? Now, this is what I'm saying. When Mahrez took that penalty, he just didn't look confident. He did not look confident when he was taking that penalty, right? And also, I wouldn't have chosen for the penalty, right? I remember I was watching Arsenal Fan TV. What was it? The Bias Premier League review with Robbie, and Troops was saying, how Gabriel Jesus should have taken the penalty. No, I would have chosen David Silva, like Robbie said. I generally would have chosen David Silva because he's just more likely to just tuck that in with his left foot, like into the bar or left-hand corner. Mahrez, when I was watching the game and it said Mahrez skied like 4 of his penalties, I was thinking, this guy's not going to score. And what did he do? He skied it. So it was unlucky for Man City. But they still got the quality as well. There was still, with that Liverpool Man City game, it was an edge-to-edge game. It was both 50-50. It wasn't one team dominating another team. It was just 50-50. They both have chances, but they just weren't clinical enough. They just weren't clinical, and that's what the problem was. They weren't clinical, and they just weren't able to put the ball into the net. If they were, then it would have been a completely different game. But with this Man City versus Burnley game, I think Man City will just have the edge over Burnley. And with Burnley, for them to draw with Huddersfield, I just don't think that's really good enough, to be fair. Obviously, they've missed a few key players on Burnley, but even though they've missed a few key players, they're still scoring goals. They're still getting points on the board. I don't think this really won't be a tough game for Manchester City, especially them playing at the Etihad. I just don't see it. So what I'm going to say for this one is Man City 4, Burnley 1. I'm going to say 2 goals for Raheem Sterling, a goal for Sergio Aguero, and another goal for David Silva. And I think the person that will score for Burnley could be Sam Folks or someone like that, maybe. But anyway, like I said, Man City 4, Burnley 1. Next game on Sunday at 4 o'clock, Everton versus Crystal Palace. Now, what was the Everton game before? Everton actually won their game, beating Leicester City 2-1. I think it was away. A freaking magnificent goal from Gylfi Sigurdsson. He hammered that. That was absolutely beautiful freaking goal from Gylfi Sigurdsson. It was just amazing. That's all I'm going to say. It was absolutely fantastic. That Gylfi Sigurdsson goal was freaking lit. Honestly, that was the best goal I've actually ever seen. Literally in the whole football. Honestly, that was amazing. Everton beat Leicester City 2-1. I think that they'll do wonders for the confidence. They've actually got a sick team when you look at it though. They've got Sigurdsson. What else have they got? They've got Richarlison as well. Richarlison has actually been very, very good when it comes to like up front. Like I think that buy, I think cost like 50 million. That was a very, very good deal for Everton, and they practically have a goal scorer just to replace Lukaku, and he's been doing it all right so far. So the Brazilian, I think it will get his chance as well. Crystal Palace are more like Zaha FC, losing against Wolves. Now I'm going to be honest with you, Wolves have been freaking sick this season. I'm not even going to lie. Wolves have actually played really, really good, and pretty much I don't know how Crystal Palace actually lost that game. To be fair, I think when you mark out who is it again, Zaha. When you mark out Zaha in the game, pretty much you've basically won the game. You basically have to mark Zaha. Zaha is the Eden Hazard of that team. It's just as simple as that. Without Zaha, he doesn't really drag the defenders out. When you have Zaha on the ball, he drags the 3 defenders out, 2 or 3 defenders out, and it makes space for players like Benteke, Van Aanholt, and other players in that squad to move forward and press forward and get into those positions. That's where the chances are created. And I just think Zaha is vital in that game. He's vital. He has to play in that game. That's all I have to say. Overall, it's going to be a very, very tight game. I do believe there will be goals at Goodison Park. It's going to be a loud atmosphere. It's going to be mad. I'm going to say Everton 2, Crystal Palace 2 in that game. That's all I'm going to say. It will be hard. It will be a freaking tough game. But I think both teams need the points. Crystal Palace definitely need the points more than freaking Everton right now. So that's what I'm going to say. Final score 2-2. Now the big game on Monday. The big game, which is Leicester City versus Arsenal. No, Arsenal versus Leicester City. So basically Arsenal will be playing at the Emirates against Leicester City. Now Arsenal's form, 9 wins in a freaking row. Now, I'm a Chelsea fan, and even I'm freaking surprised at that. 9 wins in a row. I can't even remember the last time Arsenal actually won freaking 9 games in a row. It's been that freaking long. Was it, 2010 or some crap like that? I don't even know. But their performance against Fulham on Sunday. First half, they were all right. They were the best in the first half. Because I think they made a mistake. One of the defenders made a mistake, and that's what gave Fulham a goal. I think, what was it? Lacazette scored, I think, a minute before half time. Second half, I applaud them. Second half, they were absolutely brilliant. It was just lovely, lovely football. The best football I actually saw, the best goal in that freaking game was Ramsey. Ramsey's goal was amazing. Lovely one-touch passing, flick on from Bellerin. Ramsey passes on to Aubameyang and just flicks it. Just a lovely flick, hits the post and goes into the back of the net. It's just world-class football from Arsenal, and I haven't seen this for a long freaking time. Unai Emery's Red Army has just been doing bits so far. They're gaining momentum. If they get this win, there'll be 10 wins in a row. I was watching Arsenal Fan TV, and Troops and DT were saying they'll be comfortable just like trying to get into the top 4. I don't really think top 4, to be fair. I reckon they're genuine title contenders because they're only 2 points of Man City, Chelsea and Liverpool. They're just 2 points off the top. So I don't really think they could be top. I don't really see that they'll definitely get into the top 4 if they keep just going and going and going. But it's just, I think they're genuine title contenders when you actually look at it. Man United are already out of the equation unless they get rid of Jose or Pogba. It's going to be one of those two. But Arsenal have just been brilliant so far, and I haven't seen this for a very, very long time. Lacazette has also been on form as well, because I remember last season, Lacazette, his confidence was low, he was getting benched by Wenger and everything, but now his confidence is back, he's scoring goals. Aubameyang scoring goals as well, 2 goals for him, 2 goals for Lacazette. That partnership, they have a deadly strike force. But I'm going to be like, look, it's going to be a little burnout. I still think Arsenal's defence is shaky. You see, that mistake there, Fulham really shouldn't have scored there, but it was just a mistake from Arsenal. Their defence is still a little bit shaky. Torreira, that guy in the midfield, Chips called him the white Conte. He's close to Conte, but I don't think he's that close. He does break up play, but he's very, very vital in that midfield. He really does a good job in that midfield, and he's very, very vital. He's like the glue that holds the team together. He's just the spine of that team is very solid. And Bruno played very, very well. His distribution as well was very, very good when I was watching that game as well. I would start him over Czech, and that's basically it. And pretty much, also I've just been doing bits. Leicester City, them losing that game against Everton, that's just put a burn on them. I don't know what happens to Jamie Vardy and Shinji Okazaki. Just wasn't playing that well. Demarai Gray as well. It just wasn't good for them. Harry Maguire wasn't really solid at the back when I was watching that Everton game. It is what it is. But Leicester City, they definitely need these points. And we're versing. I wouldn't want to verse this Arsenal right now. This Arsenal that's on form now, I wouldn't want to verse them. So it's going to be very, very tough for Leicester City to even snatch a point off them. If they even get a point off Arsenal at the Emirates, then that's a win for them. But I don't see it right now, the form that Arsenal's currently been on right now. So for this game, I'm going to say Arsenal 2, Leicester City 1. Now you're probably thinking, oh really? 2-1? It could be like 6-1, something like that. Yeah, but I think Leicester City are going to be a much tougher challenge than Fulham. Because Fulham just played absolutely rubbish. I'm going to be honest with you. Fulham just didn't play that well. And it was just as simple as that. That's what I'm going to say. Fulham didn't play that well in that game. Mitrovic, Sarri, Schürrle, they weren't on point, and it is what it is. I actually forgot to write this down, but what was it? Wolves against Fulham, or Fulham against Wolves. One of those two. So essentially, both teams. Well, no, Fulham need the points. Wolves, I think Wolves would just batter them. Wolves, having Ruben Neves and the Portuguese goalkeeper, Wolves are actually a freaking good team. They beat West Ham 1-0, and that black player has a lot of strength and pace. I just think Wolves would demolish Fulham. Fulham are playing. I think Fulham are playing away. Mitrovic has to show up. Sarri and Schürrle, those are the 3 key players for Fulham. That's what I have to say. 3 key players for Fulham. If they can just mark that strong, fast black guy, I actually forgot what his name is. Leave a comment down below for that if you know what his name was. But like I was saying, Fulham really need to mark that guy. They really need to mark him. I think Wolves will comfortably get the win. So for this one, I'm going to say Wolves 2, Fulham 1. And that's the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Comment down below your predictions and why, and also comment down below whether tell me who's going to win the Premier League, and also comment down below the 3 teams that will get relegated. I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.